Welcome back to this video. Thank you so much for joining in this one video, and thank you so much for being a part of this one course. So the last three videos were a part of the YouTube channel. I've kind of dragged them as like okay, I have to keep these videos over here, so I was not able to welcome you in the video. Thank you so much. And even a couple of videos next are going to be in such ways, but then this is specifically talking to you when it comes to the introvert entrepreneur blueprint. Thank you so much for joining this one video, and thank you so much for taking action, commenting, and even helping other members learn something that you've learned and something. Even you're helping me out that I can even learn from you. Thank you so much. And without further without further ado, we are now moving on to what we have been talking about. Just scrolling back, and thanks so much for joining in and learning about the how to generate business ideas, share business idea, and validate. Now that you have got you know exactly know how to generate an idea, you already have an idea. Then you have shaped that idea with a lot of different things, and then you have also validated with one of my favorite tools that is called the solution craft, where you just it's just such a simple format of it's a very simple format, but then it's very effective. It's just like small enough. Am I taking people to point A to point B? That's all. If the answer is yes, 99% the answer is yes. That's all. Like 99% the answer is always yes. If yes, then move forward. Cool. Now in this one video, which is going to be slightly for like 16, 15 to 16 minutes, we are going to go. We are going to talk about something called everything you need to know about free content, building your brand, trust, credibility, awareness from scratch, and how can you sell courses through this. Like one of the thing is like when you're think about it. Right? Small example. You are going and walking down down the highway, down the mall. Okay? You're walking, and you see a red board on the left side. There's a shop over there. You see the left board. Like, it's free. It's just written free offer something like that. You had no intention by the way. You keep on walking and you keep on moving forward. You keep on moving forward and you went inside the shop. And when you came, it was still free, right? You went inside the shop and you came out with like two bags of say soaps or perfumes or groceries or something like that. The sign was free. That was like the hook to get you in and to sell you something out. So the whole marketing, the whole world works on this one psychology, where we offer things for free, but then towards the end of it, we're selling them with an intention, yes, with an intention of how can I make money as well as an impact. It's not just about money, profit. How can my product impact you? So free is just a word so that I can help you understand what I'm doing for free, by the way. But then if you are also interested, these are the things that you can buy or invest. Okay, that's how we are going to work on in this one as well. In this one also. So the first point we have been talking about how to be precise in choosing social platforms to generate that and generate more sales. So think about it. Anything that we're doing, we need to be precise so that we get the results. So one of the code of honor, the course acquisition that I have is like, how can I do something that is going to, towards the end of the tunnel, is going to get me result? You know why? Because there are a thousand different ways to do a lot of things, but then they might not necessarily have a result towards the end. What I am specifically looking at, okay, if I do this, what can be the consequence of it? The consequences have, towards the end, it has to be something rewarding, refreshing, like fruits or something good. So that's what we are looking out for. So how do we choose what social platform that is going to generate more sales? But this one slide is going to tell you something which is very interesting. Okay, I'm going to put myself on this corner where I can close this left side. See all that thing. I can close. So that perfect. Now can I remove it? Okay, no. This one part. There are like 8 billion people out there. What we have to be doing, say there is serve, self serve. People, external group, internal group. I'm going to help you explain this in one like next 2 minutes. There are about like 8 billion people out there. Our products is made for them. Our content is made for them. Say, for example, if you're helping people out learn calligraphy, cool, or planting, or specifically swimming, it's required for everyone. But then not everyone is going to resonate with you. But you are showcasing that this is something that Fuzzle is doing. This is something that I am doing. Okay. Anyone who gets interested or genuinely interested, you're serving to the whole crowd. Like on the YouTube channel, for example, you're publishing content for everyone. Anyone 8 billion people can see that video, but then does everyone see that video? No. The people who resonate with you are going to see that. Now, the people who resonate with you, you are putting them into a group called external group. External groups are for free, where people join, say, for example, your WhatsApp group, your Facebook group, your Telegram group, your group that you make, which is for free, where people who are genuinely interested, they come and become a part of the external group. So now people become your external members. The external members is completely different than internal members. Now, since people are interested in what you're doing, learning from what you're doing, you keep on nurturing them. In a lot of ways, we are going to talk about a lot of things. Then we pitch them or sell them something, and you take external group and even more serious people. You filter such people who are even more close to you, wants in desperate need of what you're saying, and they want to learn and grow in whatever you're selling them. You sell, make a transaction, you sell the product, community, courses, masterminds, one to one, and bring them to the internal group. So you're serving that category, you're selling external group category, and then you're serving back again to the internal category. This is like the bottom line of the course-based business. Then we move forward is how do we do that? We do that by creating digital content. In other words, what I resonate with more is how can we create digital assets? Content is something different, assets are something different. Asset for me by definition is assets that you have got like an apartment or a property that's like an asset. It's going to pay you over a period of time. Gold is an asset that's going to pay you over a period of time as our time goes now. When we are creating digital assets, say a YouTube video or a podcast or a blog or a read or a short, how can I create something that is yes going to definitely benefit people out, and how can I also encash it? How can I also get benefit out of it? We are doing business. We are not into charity good foundations, right? So the question comes into picture. The question that comes into picture is what content are you posting. Second question that we will be answering is like where to post the content, which is going to be long lasting and also which is going to be long term. Business is all about long lasting and long term, right? Then we move forward. I'm going to put a full screen with you. Cool. I'm recording. I'm definitely recording. Okay. Now, creating digital assets on free platforms and paid platforms. So, paid platforms we are going to talk about in a little bit in later on sessions. But then now we are focusing on the free platforms. Now, in other words, social platforms. Free platforms are typically what social platforms. They don't charge you anything for publishing, posting, creating anything. Like platforms, and typically which are going to be highly rated on when it comes to where we are going to create assets which are going to stay for long term and long lasting. YouTube, blogs, and podcasts. Three things. Good. Now, why specifically these platforms? Something that I've learned from, I don't remember her name, but then she said, very interesting. Where why specifically these platforms is, think about yourself. If you want to cook, say, Hyderabadi biryani, where do you search? If you want to make money as an introvert, or if you want to make money off, say, selling funnels or building websites, or how, if you want to wake up early in the morning, or if you want to sign like a boss, if you want to talk confidently to a client, right? Where do you search all these things? You typically go and search in Google. And where does Google take you to these three platforms? When you're searching like how do I cook chicken biryani, or how do I cook like vegetable biryani, how do I cook like Hyderabad Nizam biryani, for example, Nawabi biryani, for example, it takes you to a video that is YouTube or a website that is blogs or a channel which is a podcast. Now, when these three things, now Google is going to take you to these three platforms, not these places. You know why? One of the reasons is Google's search engine is what? YouTube. So Google is going to take you to the places which is got like Google's search engines. The Google is like word search engine, YouTube is like video search engine. It takes you to YouTube channel, your channel. It takes you to website, your website. It's going to take you to podcast. It's going to be your show. And towards the end of the day, it's going to take you to you. It's their platform, but the exposure you're going to get it on it. Now think about it. Have you ever searched for how to cook Hyderabadi biryani? How to do anything? Has it ever taken to your real stories, post, Facebook group, Facebook post, LinkedIn? It has never taken you to those places. I'm not saying that these places are kind of bad and they don't give you money. Every platform has got its own pros and cons to it. But then where does Google take? That's what even I want to focus on. That's what even I suggest you to be focused on. When you do this, algorithm by nature, by definition, is going to be in your favor. So that is what we learn about. Now, pause. I want you to pause the video at the moment. Okay, I want you to pause the video and share in the comment section what you have learned in this video by far for the last 9 minutes. Cool. Now, done. Thank you so much. Now we move on to the next part of it. So I kind of give you action steps so that you learn as we are moving forward. I am going to. It's better that I keep it in the shorter format. This is more comfortable for me. Now, let me move to this side. Cool. Done. Done. Perfect. Now, since tactical stuff of where to post is super clear, now we move on to the question that means what should I post? So like, okay, where is clear? Where is clear? What should I be posting? of construction. Sorry about the disturbance. I'm going to put a noise video so that you don't get to hear that. Even if you're able to hear that, it will like start. Sorry. Now, anyways, these three pieces of the whole process will be extremely important. Create long-lasting yet irreplaceable content. It has to be relevant. And how can you generate content areas for 27 days? Now, it has to be irreplaceable even for like 5 minutes. Right? Even think about the songs that you watch. Think about the song, something that you watch. For example, just go and search for how to cook Hyderabadi biryani and just scroll down. There are videos which are still trending, which are like 2 years down the line. First short 2 years, published 2 years, 5 years down to back in the time, 7 years back in the time, which is still trending. And how can you keep it more relevant? And how do you also generate something future like 27 days? That's what we are going to discuss in this one video. Now, how to create free content using Camps Lister for 91 days now. Not just 21 days, 27, but then 91 days. Now, Camps Lister is the formula. It's just initial part of it. I'm going to give you an elaborated version. I want you to write in the notes, see Camps Lister. And in the comment section also, just type in Camps Lister. Done. Thanks so much. Then we move on to what do you mean by Camps Lister? What's Camps Lister? Okay? Core area, problem, solution, method, result. Okay? Now, what is core area, problem, solution, method, and result? So it's like Camps Lister. Okay? Now, think about it. For example, if you want to create something, I'm going to take a small example. One of the examples that, okay, I am having struggle pricing the course or naming the course. Okay? So the prime thing, the core area is the macro topic that you want to create content around or create courses around or create topics around. For example, core area is nothing but the topic which is like macro thing that you're going to create. Or say calligraphy, like how can you choose calligraphy? It will take pricing the course. Core area, that's your problem, core area. Then what are the three problems I am facing when it comes to pricing the course? Problem number one, I don't know whether people are going to afford it or not. Problem number two is I don't know whether market is going to accept what I've said or not. Problem number three is maybe I'm not that qualified to sell for XYZ amount of money. Maybe I don't deserve the amount of the money, so I need to lower the price, for example. These are the typically 5 problems that I'm facing. So anytime when you're keeping a core area, what are the problems that I'm facing? So that's like the potential problem. Okay. What can be the solution of each problem that we have just listed down? For example, if I feel is market going to accept the price that I'm going to sell it or not? What can be the solution of it? First one, don't make the judgment before going out in the market. Second one, step out in the market and start testing prices out. Say, for example, you keep a price for like 400. Then if people are like buying so much, you keep it for 1,000 rupees. But increasing the more you test it out, the more you're going to get clarity over it. The third solution can be XYZ solution. So with every macro area, we list out 3 problems. Each problem, come up with like a solution to it. Okay. Now we move on to the third category, which is going to be 3 methods. In every solution, say for example, I want to test my prices of the courses out in the market. What can be method 1, method 2, method 3? Okay, I want to test it out in YouTube first. When I'm selling, when I'm doing a YouTube Google ad, how are people reacting to it on YouTube? How are people reacting to it on Facebook? How are people reacting to it on Instagram? 3 different places. What can be different methods of testing it out? I can be either selling it with a product box or with a 3D product box or with just like a 2D product box. I'm kind of talking about technical part of it, but then what can be the different methods of it? Either I'm going to sell it for free or I'm going to pitch it for like XYZ amount of money or something like even high ticket as well. What are the 3 different methods? Now, based on each method, you are going to come up with the solution, result. So the R towards the end stands for result. With each method comes result. So this, when you do the math, typically this is for like 27 days. Like if you just keep on multiplying for 27 days, you multiply that by say 2 or 3, it's going to be 10. Cool. Now that brings us to the conclusion of this one. This is how you create digital access on free platform. Back in the day when I was struggling, way more struggling when it comes to content creation. How can I create more content? How can I have ideas for content for such a long time? I was always being stuck, lost, overwhelmed, confused most of the time because I'm like running out of ideas all the time. Now, when I started implementing this one formula that I created with, I don't know how did I create it, but then I came across this one formula that I created over a period of time, which started giving me so much of results over a period of time. That's like, come on, When you brainstorm, just when you put this one formula, like implementation part of it, 91 days of farming, 3 months plus 1 day, 91 days. Imagine the power of pop. Imagine how powerful you are going to get with like 90. If you're posting one a day, if you're posting like one a week, that's like 2 years of content, close to 2 years. Crazy stuff, right? So very impactful. So I want you to do pause the video and in the conversation, type down in the conversation what were your major takeaways when it comes to camps lister. I want you to implement it as well and then put that in the conversation. Thank you so much for commenting down below, by the way. And that brings us to we move forward with the next topic. Cool. Now, this is how you create digital access on free platforms. What to post is done, where to post free content is done, how to create free content, create content is also done. So typically, all the three areas we have kind of covered by in last 15 minutes now. The next question that comes into picture, like how to make money selling online courses using 90 to 120 minute webinar model. Okay, as you now have created ideas, you created them, you published them, you have an external group, all these cool things. Now you have brought 8 billion people, not all 8 billion people who resonate with you, into a small little group. Now that you have brought into small little group, what you're doing is how are you going to make money? That's like puzzle. Okay, I have created content for free. Okay, now how should I be monetizing? That's like the next part of it. How are you going to make money? How to sell something that and make a transaction, getting money to the bank account? I'm not into charitable foundations, I'm into business. Now, Russell Brunson, if you have no idea who Russell Brunson is, this is one of the mentors that I've got when it comes to online marketing. I've learned so many things. Like I would give like highest credit to this one person who has taught me so much about internet marketing. Okay, he said something that I have heard somewhere. Business are not supposed to be purely transactions based as they are today. What they have to be doing, but they have to be transformational. So one of the students of Russell Brunson, one of my mentors, with Catherine Jones, she says she goes a step more ahead than Russell, and she says businesses are not transactional; they are transformation movement. Okay, you create with your product, services, community. I'm like, dude, this is completely insane altogether. It's like not just transaction, but then transformation. Not just transformation, but then transformation movement. In the conversation, I wanted to type down transformation movement using my product, services, and community. Now, that brings us, since now you have planned, created, edited from home, you also have to be selling from home and start a business, make a living out of it. Now, that brings us to the introduction of how 90 minute will generate more, how 90 minute will generate more money. It is more money and impact large amount of people. So it's more money and large amount. That's like a telco. Okay. We saw coaches and mentors doing it, and we attended a lot of webinars online. Okay, we became a part of many of the communities, the webinars, the coaching of so we have already been like last 2 years, 3 years, we have already seen that. Now we shall be doing webinars too, because that's one of the most easiest way of making money as well as impact altogether. Money and impact, which will give you both money and impact. Now think about it. It has to be pure and simple 90-minute masterclass, not long workshops, not long webinars, not long anything. You know, one of the reasons why long anything doesn't work for me is as introverts, we get confused. I get confused, stuck, overwhelmed, lost, energy gets drained, all the time. Like if I do a session more than 2 hours, I'm already lost. Like energy gets lost, and after that, the whole day is lost for me because the energy is gone. Typically, the energy is gone. I feel like doing nothing. That's why sticking to like 2 hours, say 90 minutes to 2 hours. It typically you add so much amount of value and also make money on it. Cool. Then we have this with sticking to 90-minute framework is always helpful, productive, money generating, impactful, and understandable. So we also need to be planning something that is understandable by and understandable and consumable by the audience. We like just like the schools and universities, like you've got like 8 periods of 45 minutes back to back to back back. It doesn't work like that. If you look at the behind the scenes or the scientific reasons why 45 minutes, why 90 to 2 hours is the maximum limit, and then you need to be taking a break. They need to be putting on, you need to be learning, they need to be taking on a break. Like the whole model of say, like 8 hours, you do 8 hours of work or 8 hours of study for like 45 minutes, one period, that's two period, third period, fourth, then you get a break. Like, that doesn't work. Like human capacity is not that much. It needs break over a period of time. That's right. When you stick with this time frame, people get to learn, observe, and also be able to make a decision after it. Not just value. Now the question remains what to sell. I need to moisturize. Write this down. Cool. Potential product. What to sell. The day, I tell you, the day I came across this one thought process of potential product, my life changed from there. Potential product. The moment we understand what potential product is, you will be able to create content, assets, courses, YouTube videos, blogs, podcasts, PDF files, journal sheets, so many things. I'm going to share this sheet with you, where this is going to explode, and you will never have shortage of content ideas. See, detailed courses, mini courses, video tutorials, worksheets, audio formats, workbooks, PDF files, documents, Excel sheets, journal sheets, ebook, one-to-one coaching, group coaching, recorded archives, live sessions. There are like 1,000 things you can create. And say, for example, if you're having a detailed course, there are going to be subcategories to courses like one course, two course, three course, four course, five course, mini courses, crash courses, video tutorials. The day you accept what this is, one part of it, observe it, and start producing it, potential products based on potential problems people have got, you will never be short of content ideas. Free content ideas. Free content ideas were already created caps in store. Now, PP is all about potential products. How can I create a product that is going to sell in the market? This is paid, this is free. Caps in store is free, this is paid. Okay. Then we move on to like ideal selling format in course-based business is this one. You have like a detailed course, you've got mini courses, you've got crash courses, you've got tutorials where you create so many things and then sell it off. Okay, it's like an ideal selling format. Then that is how you bring people by nurturing them and putting value on YouTube, blog, podcast. And I don't podcast for me is typically for internal communities. Then we keep, from adding value to YouTube, then we move on to external group. We don't move on to external. We want people to move on to external group, say Facebook groups, and from Facebook groups or WhatsApp group or Telegram group, we typically bring them to the webinars or the what to the webinars, the workshops we've got, not for 6 hours, but for like 2 hours, 20 minutes or something. We sell them something, and what we are going to sell them over here is going to be courses, community, masterminds, and so on and so forth. People, external, internal. That is what we are going to talk about. We spoke about in this one video. Okay? In the comment section, this video is a wrap up of like 3 topics I told. In the comment section, the learning box you've got up here, I wanted to comment on the biggest learnings, and based on the biggest learnings, we are going to move forward because we have learned about the first part was all the way from generation of an idea, shaping of an idea, validation of an idea. Then the moment idea has been created, then we move on to okay, adding free value to the world. We added free value to the world using caps. Then we are making that we are creating products through the PP form, the potential products, free, paid. Then the next part is going to be okay. Now that we know what we want to be selling as a course, what is going to be the course structure, the strategy, the framework of it. We are going to talk about that in the next video. Before going there, I want to talk about in the conversation. Whatever you learn, I'm looking for a detailed comment so that I get to know whatever you learn. Since you're already taking notes, you know exactly what you're going to type out in the comment section. The learning box. Cool. Thanks so much for making this video, and I'm going to see you in the next amazing, cool video. My patience is sincere upon you and Robin. I'm definitely looking out for the comment section. Thank you.